What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Lead From Here podcast. I'm Jason. Today we're going to talk about chaos. So we already kind of talked about chaos and like how to respond to chaos, but I also wanted to kind of make sure that everybody was inescapably clear that chaos is not a way of life. Like, you can have chaos, you can expect chaos, and you can have spells where it feels like it's a way of life, but it cannot be an actual way of life. It cannot be a extended period of time. Because if it becomes that, or it becomes literally your way of life, like, hey, this is just what our team does, you will suffer for it. Your team will suffer for it. And ultimately, your ability to deliver for the business will also suffer for it in a very, very negative way. This is something that will burn out people, will make people leave, will make communication within your group almost non-existent. Like, you will not have effective communication because you're all in chaos, you're all frustrated, you're all stressed out. And even somebody like me that is kind of more the laid back, laissez-faire, kind of leadership style, meaning that I don't get too worked up, and meaning that I trust and delegate and really hope for my team to live up to their expectations and the things we hire them for, which they do. Most teams do. Most people that you hire that have gone through your process are going to be great at their job, and when you hand them something, you know it's going to get done. Well, when it's chaos and they're all in chaos, the chance of that happening goes down. The chance of them actually being able to deliver what's going on goes down, and that's impactful. And that's impactful to their mental state. It's impactful to your mental state. It's impactful to the team's mental state. It is impactful across the board. So kind of going back to the episode about how to kind of respond to chaos, if you are in a pattern where you're just kind of living in chaos and that's become your way of life, you need to find a way to pattern interrupt that situation right now. And it's going to be hard, and you really need to get buy-in and an understanding, and you need to also bring data. That's going to be a little more complicated. So one, I would recommend some kind of a sentiment survey, like, hey, how do you feel about where the state of the team is? How do you feel about the pipeline to the team? How do you feel about the output of the team? And get that out to your whole team, your whole group, everybody. Not you take it too, and make it anonymous. Don't make sure they understand that it's not something that ultimately they're going to get singled out for because of their thoughts. Make sure that they understand that they can be totally transparent, and it will be 100% anonymous. And then take that data, and then look at your throughput data. Look at your actual metrics as a team. Like, what are you doing? How are you producing? Are you producing well, lower than usual, higher than usual? But maybe your quality's down. All those things matter. So however you're collecting those metrics, if you're not collecting them, figure out how to at least get some kind of rough metric. If you are collecting them, utilize that data, the trend data, to say, listen, since we've kind of moved into this chaotic way of life, our trend data is going down. And that's something that is very clear. So odds are that's probably not going to be that simple, but if it is, fantastic. If you aren't collecting data, you might be able to find those trends over time if you look back and really churn the numbers. I mean, that's ultimately, we'll talk about data and analytics a different episode, but ultimately that is something that can help you drive that conversation, because a lot of times when you're dealing with senior leadership and executive leadership, if you don't have data to kind of take to them and say, listen, I feel like this is going wrong. If you hear that's when an executive hears like, you feel like, what does that even mean? Like, I need actionable data. Like, I can't just change everything without data showing me that something's wrong. So it's important to make sure you have data to back this up. And it can't be anecdotal, but it can be like a survey results. Like, hey, like, everybody's frustrated. There's a lot of people that are getting ready to leave because of the frustration and the chaos. That is very doable. That is very realistic because you're bringing data. It's not, it is still a little more subjective because it's all the people on the team, but it's all the people involved in your team. So if you have that data, if you don't have it, make sure you get it. But if you have that data, it'll make your argument much stronger and allow you to actually create change. So hope this was helpful. And remember, chaos is not a way of life. It's really not. Understand that sometimes it's inevitable and unavoidable, but make sure you're nipping that in the bud as fast as you can. Take care of yourselves, take care of the people in your charge, and if you want to dive more into this topic or talk about other topics, please hit me up, jason@leadfromhere.co, or any of the social media channels, and subscribe, and follow if you wouldn't mind. I would appreciate it. Take care.